Hi and welcome to my channel. Today I'm sharing one of my little secrets. If you have seen my candle mold videos before, you have probably noticed that I always create a contour mold around my design. And today I'm finally showing you exactly how I make one in Blender. For this tutorial, we are going to use this Catrina design and turn it into a functional contour mold that we can 3D print and use to pour our silicone mold. When I design my contour molds, I normally leave around 6 to 8 millimeters of space around the model for the silicone. This gives me a good wall thickness while keeping the mold flexible enough for the molding. For my molds, I personally use Short A Platinum Cure silicone because it's very soft and flexible, which works really well for detailed candle designs like this one. I'll take you through my process step by step using Blender. And if you want to make this exact Catrina at home, I'll leave the STL link in the description so you can download it. And always, if you have any questions about the process, please leave them in the comments. I will be happy to help. And if there isn't a specific model, candle, or mold you'd like to design me in the future, please let me know. If you enjoy learning about 3D printing, don't forget to subscribe. Now, let's open Blender and let's create our Catrina contour mold. Let's make the contour mold of this beautiful Catrina. So the first thing that we need to make sure is that we have the width enough to make the candle stand alone. So we have everything set up. Like normally it should be like 30, around 25 to 30 to make this stand alone. But in this case, I put 32 because you will see what we're gonna be doing next. So the first step will be to make a duplicate of the figure to make the simulation of the silicone. So you just need to click Shift D and then place it in the rack. So right now we're gonna add a modifier. In this case will be a remesh to make in the future a solidify. So I don't need a very small mesh, so I will add 0.4. Okay. Then add a modifier will be a solidify. The solidify should be 6 millimeters, and we would like to save the most material possible of silicone. And you should have a figure like this. So then we just apply here. As a second step, I will add again a remesh because I want to make sure that everything will be working fine. So I will click again on the 0.4 and then apply. Okay, you just need to give a Shift D on the X and then click X so you can have the figure on the right. So the next step will be to add another solidify. This will be 2.5. As this is the and then click 1 in offset, as this will be the size that I need for the walls of my box, right? And then just apply. So the next step will be to have everything with tags. So I'm gonna change the name in ID data, rename, and I'm gonna name this Silicone. And this I will change the name as a contour mold, like this. So okay, so we already have our figures done. So the next step will be to make the cuts so we can make a box that fits, that the candle can fix. So we need to add a mesh. We can add a cube, and you just need to place it wherever you need this to be. Next, because I need to cover all of my figure to make the correct cut. Like this, and then scale on C. We need to cover all the figure. Okay, so now we are done. Okay, and a little bit of scale on Y, like this should be fine. And then the next step is to place Control A and scale again the cutter. You can put the viewport shading, like wireframe, so you can see exactly where you are cutting. What I am doing in this step is putting everything together in the same location, so I am able to see that we are in the correct position in each of the parts. So the wireframe view will help you a lot before doing the cuts. So we had a problem with the shell, so I'm gonna add another remesh. Okay. So we're gonna be moving this one. We're gonna make the cuts again. Okay, so let's apply the boolean. Okay, perfect. Then we select the silicone and make the cut. Perfect. And then we just need to make another cut here, but I need this one to be bigger in Y. Okay, perfect. So now let's make the cut here. Silicone, volume difference. Q. Okay, so now we're done. We have this. Perfect. So I see a lot of things here. Let's hide this one. This looks pretty good. So let's define the height of each of the figures, okay? So this one I need to make some extrude here to make the box. So in this case I have here, it's like the measure here is 32, so I need to make this bigger than 32, let's say like around 8 additional. So this will be in this case like around 40. Of course we can adjust that in the future, but let's put 40 in this case. If this happens to you, you just need to go to object and then set origin to geometry and then you can place in the original position your figure. Okay, very good. So now we have the contour mold. So the silicone, as they will function as a cutter, in this case we can just adapt to make the cut. Okay, so let's see silicone. Okay, so the silicone we need to put, let's say 50. Okay, that happens again. So you just add origin to geometry. Okay, so now we need to define this. Okay, so in this case I need my floor to be a little bit bigger, so I will add around 4 millimeters of height, because you will see what I will do in the next step. But I think 4 is fine, so I just count 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna put a little bit like this one. Let's put this face. Perfect. Okay, really good. So now the height here is 40, but we remove like 4 for the floor. So I need this to be a little bit different. Let's put everything together to see that. Mm. The wireframe is really good. It's really good, really good for this purpose. So in this case, so I have here like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I just need 1 millimeter more, and we will be fine. So let's add 40, well, 42. And then you just need to place again this one, like here. Here. It should be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this. Perfect. So now we just need to make the negative, a boolean, and then a difference of this one. Let's see, apply. And then we can hide the silicone. Now we're ready to hide the silicone. Ta-da! This is perfect. Okay, so the next step will be to make well, before doing the assembly of the candle in the counter mold, I will do some nice tips that you will love. You will love when you are doing the demold. So let's hide Catrina, and then just put a tab, and then you select this face, and then just select Control B to make slightly bevel, so it's easier when you are doing the demold. Let's put some 10, and that's it. Perfect. So now let's put again the Catrina. It's fine. Let's put this face and then the wireframe, just to make sure that we are doing the things right. And the Catrina should be like this. Because we want the assembly of the Catrina, right? Okay, so I want only 2. A negative 2. Perfect. So let's do the negative. You just need to put a modifier of difference and then click here on the Catrina and apply. So if you hide this Catrina, you'll see the negative of the figure. So you can print the Catrina however you want. Like if you need it to print it like stand up, or you want to print it in like horizontal or vertical, whatever you would like to make it, it will works fine. Okay, really good. Now, as a final step, I'm going to add a small pull tab to the silicone mold. This is a really simple detail, but I find it very useful when the molding. For this, I'm simply going to add a small square near the bottom of my figure. I'm gonna connected to it, the area where the silicone will be poured. The important thing is to make sure that the square intersects with the silicone volume. So when we pour the silicone, the tap becomes part of the mold itself. I usually make it big enough that I can comfortably grab it without worrying about tearing the silicone. Once the silicone has cured, I can grab this tab and gently pull it away from the counter mold to start the molding process. As you can see in this step, my small square should be around 1.5 or 2 centimeters of dimension, so it will be fine for you to pull the silicone away. So here you just need to make sure that you have this small square in the correct position. So the next step that I am doing is to make the boolean of union between my counter mold and my square. So I'm gonna look into the modifiers and select the square, and then we're done. After applying it, now we are gonna be reducing the little square. We're gonna adapt to make the whole and make a boolean of difference so we can have the whole ready. So in this case, the walls that I need, the wall thickness that I need is 2.5. So I have to reduce to scale the little square to make the correct wall thickness there. Make sure to adapt in all of the directions there so you have the square in the correct position and size. Now you can apply a bevel there so you have a pretty square and it will be easier for you when you are doing the demolding. So once I have my square ready, you just need to make the boolean difference. And now all steps are done. We are ready to print. Just make sure that you check on the 3D option of the blender to see if there is any issue there so you can correct it. Now we are ready to print and make the mold with silicone. Now we are ready to use our mold. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to subscribe and hope it works for you. Thank you.